Hi, Gene Basler here. I'm in High Wycombe, which is about an hour from London, England. And I'm looking at some Norway maple, King Crimson maples. Just one question that comes readily to mind is, why is one not doing as well as the others? These two are quite full and dense. Relatively neglected too, I might note. They haven't been pruned very recently at all. So here it is, turf grass all the way up against the lawn. Before I go too far, I want to show you something cool. This reminds me of the twice-stabbed lady beetle that we see in Texas. It's black with 4 orange spots. Real pretty little thing. Ladybug. I assume its presence tells us that there's a sucking insect or mite population on the plant. Not necessarily, but I guess my first observation is that these 3 specimens were planted awfully close together. But, I mean, it's as long as you understand that they're going to have a contiguous canopy, planting things close together isn't necessarily bad. This is a scar from a graft. The scarf, there's no scar on that one, and there is on that one, and they have plenty of weed eater damage at their bases, and a ton of lichen on the bark. But I just think that this tree is root bound, and it'd be my first guess. My first inclination would be to mulch this tree. Some folks like to use herbicide to kill the grass. I like to use wet newspaper because it disintegrates, which landscape fabric does not. But this thing needs a root collar excavation. It needs to be mulched. Turf grass needs to be removed out to at least 6, preferably 8 to 10 radial feet away from the trunk. Do the reconditioning procedure, but at the very minimum, mulch it. And then come back in a few months and do the root invigoration procedure on that. Work in that soil with that mulch with the air spade. But this thing needs root invigoration for sure, and I would treat it for a complex of sucking insects and possibly even leaf spot diseases. Now, I haven't been in England very long, and I don't know how bad leaf spot diseases are, but there's some damage on. Here's a pupal casing from what I suppose is the same ladybug we looked at in the adult stage just a minute ago. See that? I'll try to take a still photo of that when I get done with this video because I can't zoom with this. Let me see if I can improve the focus, however. Yeah, improve the focus a little bit. That's the pupal casing of the same. Yeah, so some of this leaf curl tells me that we've got some pest activity and possibly some leaf spot diseases. But as I was starting to say that I don't know what time of year leaf diseases manifest themselves. Pretty cool plant. We don't have those in Texas. They used to be very common up in New England. This King Crimson maple. Here's another pupal casing. Very cool. Focus. There we go. From the ladybug. Looks to me like there might be even some sooty mold. And what do we have here? Is this a scale? Not sure what we got here. I don't think it's a scale though. I think those are fruiting structures. Or possibly even lichen. They look an awful lot like scale. Oh, there's another one right there. Reminds me a little bit of a artillery fungus, only white instead of black. I'll bet you it's a scale. It's alright. We'll find out soon enough. King Crimson maple, folks. And clearly some of the same cultural conditions that we run across back home. Mulch that tree. Let me zoom out and show you what it looks like from a distance. Oh yeah, you can clearly see one of them struggling. The one with the worst buried root collar. Thanks for tuning in.